This is where the heart tension becomes visible. This is the turning point where obedience starts quietly bending. We're still moving through Numbers as Balaam responds to the increased offer. When the bigger offer arrived, Balaam didn't immediately agree, but he didn't immediately refuse either. Instead, he invited them to stay again, so he could hear from God once more. On the surface, that sounds faithful, but underneath, something had shifted. God had already spoken clearly. The answer had already been no. Yet now Balaam was asking again, not for clarity, but for permission to change the outcome. And this is where compromise often begins, not in rebellion, but in revisiting what God already settled. Sometimes we return to prayer not because we're unsure of God's will, but because we're hoping it will change. We say we're seeking God, but what we're really seeking is a different answer. Balaam honored God with his words, but wrestled with desire in his heart. And desire has a way of clouding discernment. When something appeals strongly enough, we start reopening doors God already closed. We start rethinking boundaries God already set. We start negotiating where obedience should be simple. This moment reminds us that repeated prayer isn't always surrender. Sometimes it's resistance dressed in spirituality. And when we keep revisiting what God already said no to, we slowly prepare our heart for compromise.